Okay, so I need to square this off. So we've gotten to this point. We've got our corners matched up. And you see these ears hanging off? We want to get rid of these ears. But we also want to square off this square so that it matches up with the other squares that we've done. Alright, if you have like a square that's done and it's got like a crazy angle, when you stitch it together, it's going to be off. Off meaning like it'll start bending in one direction or it'll crinkle, you know. So you want to kind of square it off, make it easier for yourself. So what I do is I try to get a line. I put it on one of my inch marker lines right here, as much as possible, and then I'm going to just square it off. Squaring it off meaning I'm going to put my ruler on here, on the line, make sure it's lined up, and whatever's hanging out. You see that material that's sticking out right there? We want to get rid of that, okay? So that we have a nice even match up when we start putting these blocks together. I'm going to get my rotary cutter. I'm going to go along that line and just get rid of what I cut off. Now I got a straight line. I know it's straight because I just cut it on this inch line right here. That dark line, that's what we matched up to, and we cut it so we know it's straight. So now I just rotate it down and I put it in this next line right here. So like an L, I'll put it on this line because we know that line is straight. We just cut it. And we know this line isn't. Look at that. When I line it on this line and I try to line it up with the vertical line, see what's happening? It's off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it over until I have enough material to cut to make it straight. Alright? Now I'm just going to put my ruler on. Alright? Rotary cutter. Alright, so be careful with your rotary cutter, alright? We don't want to hear about you going into the hospital with it missing a limb. Cut along there. Now, look, we got a straight line. Look at that. Nice. That's what we want to see. See that straight line? I'm just going to rotate it out. Yes, I do every line, all right? I mean, I like doing it. But not only that, but, you know, once you do every line and you know it's square, then you know to match up to your next block. Now you could probably do 2 at a time, 3 at a time, and sometimes I do. But for the purposes of this instruction, we're just showing you, okay? Look at that. See all that guts hanging off? We want to get rid of that, all right? Because when you start stitching, when you stitch along this, you're going to be following this crazy line like a drunk driver, and it's not going to work, all right? You're going to get pulled over. Cut along there. Look at that. Nice straight lines, and it's square, all right? So now with these straight lines, now see, when I line it up on this line, all right, see how it's bending towards, it bends a little bit? So that's because of this line, it's throwing you off. So we're going to slide that over. I'm going to just cut a nice straight line. But you don't want to go too far over because then this outside border will be thin and it won't match up to whatever you try to match it up to, all right? We don't want to cut this too much because then it won't match up when you try to put them together, okay? All right, so just want enough to make it a straight edge, that's all. All right, so we're gonna line that up, make sure the line is there, push it over just a little bit, okay? Just want enough to make a straight line. Ruler down, rotary cutter. There you go. That's what we call close enough for government work. Okay, remember, all right, once you got your lines done and it's done, just stack it up. Go move on to the next one. Remember, it's only fabric and it's only thread.